So today I am going to be interviewing. Finally, I think, Kimberly, we tried to do this a couple months ago. And
We did.
I don't remember what happened, but it didn't work out.
Yes.
But anyway, so Kimberly, thank you so much for being here. I am actually one of the founding members of the Lab Learning Action Buffet. And so what we do is we kind of hear from young people in the community and mentors, and we just, allow our listeners to get to know you a little bit. And so I'm just going to kind of ask you a few very basic questions. First of all, can you tell us a little bit about yourself? Where were you born and a little bit about yourself?
Absolutely. Thanks so much for this opportunity. The city of Las Cruces has been very good to me since I moved here in November of 2015. So I have to say, before I get into talking about me, I would like to publicly say thank you to Mayor Ken Miyagashimi and his entire city council. Since the moment that I arrived here and went to a city council meeting, he and his entire staff and this entire city has been wholeheartedly welcoming of me and embracing me all the way over 1,700 miles from Cleveland, Ohio,
Nice.
which is
Very
my hometown.
Good. Very
Yes.
good. Oh, so you came from Cleveland, Ohio.
I did.
Yeah,
I did.
Were you born there, Kimberly? In
I
Cleveland?
was in East Cleveland, Ohio, to be exact. I am a proud product of Shaw High School, which is my alma mater.
Okay.
And I'm actually celebrating my 30-year class reunion this year.
Oh,
Pretty
wow.
exciting stuff.
Congratulations. So
yes.
you'll be heading back for that 30-year?
I don't know if I'm going to actually be going back or not, but I am going to be celebrating
There
here.
you go. You can do it, huh? Long
Absolutely.
distance, right?
Absolutely.
With technology these days?
Yes.
Right? And so, Kimberly, can you tell us a little bit about what you do here in Las Cruces? I mean, I have an idea, but for our listeners.
Yeah, absolutely. So I do a plethora of things, but the first and foremost is I am the founding president and CEO of Sohu Enterprises. And as you can see on my shirt, Sohu is an acronym that stands for Serving Others While Helping Ourselves. I've been a clinical social worker over 25 years now. It's hard to believe. But one of the main premises of Sohu is to create a healthy balance between service and self-care. So our mission is to strengthen the lives of youth. And for us, youth is middle and high school students and young adults, anyone 17 to 25. But we also have a very strong emphasis and focus on providing support services to those who work with that population. And so our mission is to strengthen the lives of youth, young adults, and those who serve and support them through mentoring, leadership, character education, professional development, and supportive services.
Wow.
Yes.
Very, very wonderful.
Yes.
And so, Kimberly, I met you at Lynn Middle School,
Yes,
right? As
yes,
part of
yes,
community
yes,
schools. But what
yes.
other schools do you work in or partner with in Las Cruces?
So my other hat is I am one of the counselors at Lynn Community School, which I proudly serve on the team of Dr. Tony Hall, who's an absolutely amazing visionary. And so I'm proud to serve on that team as well.
Nice. Cool. So then, Kimberly, when you do have free time, right, what do you do in your free time, or what are your hobbies or your interests outside of your dharma, your professional sort of work that you do?
Yeah, so believe it or not, I actually have lots of hobbies. One of my absolute favorite things to do is to roller skate. And I was so disappointed when I first moved here. That was the first thing that I looked for. And so I saw the big sign, the Tommy's roller skating rink sign, and I rode over there and I was like, yes, a roller skating rink, only to be baffled because it was turned into an auto shop now.
Yes.
But I also really enjoy photography.
Nice.
And believe it or not, naps are my all-time favorite. I take a lot of naps. I
Nice.
love sleeping, but I also like to read too.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
you know what? I think naps probably have helped sustain humans for thousands of years. People napped around the world. You know, when
Oh,
their
yeah.
body said, "Hey, it's too hot out, or it's too cold, or it's raining out there. Let's take a
Yes.
little nap." You
Oh,
know what
yeah,
I mean?
absolutely. It works for me every day. I'm a 5 a.m. person naturally, and so by 12 o'clock noon, it's a nap time. Somewhere in a corner or something, I need a nap.
Right. There
Yeah.
you go. All right. And so, Kimberly, in terms of your future goals, you've been here for a few years. What are your goals in terms of maybe the next 5 to 10 years?
Personally speaking, I do plan to. I've been accepted. It was actually about a year ago, accepted for my doctoral program at Grand Canyon University. And as life happens, wasn't able to start right away. So by December of this year, I'm looking to re-enroll back into my doctoral program. I'll be getting a doctorate of education in organizational leadership. So I'm excited about that. Professionally speaking, one of my long-term goals, which is underway already. My passion is providing an awareness of the unique needs of young professionals. And so I recently launched my debut magazine, Canoe Launch Magazine, and it's all about kind of providing an awareness and exposure for young professionals in this area. I just yesterday read an article in the Sun News about the brain drain. And so that's a real and valid issue. Back in Cleveland, we dealt with that probably about 10 years ago. And so I'm looking forward to collaborating with agencies like the New Mexico Workforce Connections, and ultimately another one of my long-term goals. We're opening up our office here, probably the end of September, early October. But ultimately, I would love to be able to just collaborate with as many youth-serving professionals and organizations here in Las Cruces. I believe wholeheartedly in serving my community, and so that will always be on my radar.
Excellent. Excellent. Okay, well, thank you. Now, Kimberly, one last thing.
Go for it.
Do you have any advice or words of wisdom for any of our listeners, and especially any of our young adult and youth listeners out there?
Yeah, sure. So one of the things that I definitely would say is to always, always, always follow your passion. You know, money is relative. As long as you are doing what you are passionate about and what you love, then the money will come. But the most important thing is to follow your heart and to do what you're passionate about. And I just recently I was at the farmer's market, and one of the young entrepreneurs there, she didn't have business cards. And so one of the other things I would like to ask from my heart to yours, everybody out there, is that if you see a young professional or an entrepreneur that's trying to, get some things started, invest in them. We have to do that. We have to strengthen our young people, and we have to put our money where our mouths is. And so I met a young lady in 8th grade. Her name is Annie, and she has a phenomenal jewelry business that she just launched, and she didn't have any business cards, and so she was writing them. And so she is the first recipient of my Seeds of Success, and so I'm donating 500 business cards to her, and also doing a photography shoot for her to help her get started with her business. So, yeah.
Wow. Thank you, Kimberly. It has been a pleasure talking to you.
Well,
thank you so much. And I'm sure I will see you around, right?
Oh, absolutely. I'm looking forward to our long-term collaboration.
There you go. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
All right. We'll get back into some music. Thank you.